And that, guys, is officially the return of the Premier League campaign. From a neutral point of view, that was an absolute thriller. 6 goals, different game states, end-to-end drama. It had everything you'd want from a league opener. But here's the thing, we're not neutrals, we're Liverpool fans. And that game, that was a full-blown roller coaster, even though it's only the first match of the season. So let's get right into it. What went right? What went wrong? Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive straight into the video. Now, you know how we usually do things, we start with the starting 11, but today we're switching it up for a moment. Before we get into the lineup, we want to take a second to remember Diogo Jota and his late brother Andre Silva. Anfield paid a beautiful tribute to them yesterday, and our thoughts are with their family. We hope both are resting in peace. Now, onto the lineup. Alisson started between the sticks, with Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate as the centre-back pairing. Jeremy Frimpong kept his spot on the right, and Milos Kerkez stayed on the left, even after that shaky showing in the Community Shield. In midfield, Alexis Mac Allister returned to the starting 11, replacing Curtis Jones, while Dominic Szoboszlai and Florian Wirtz kept their places. Up front, there were no changes as Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo and Hugo Ekitike led the line. From the first whistle, it looked like it was going to be a walk in the park. Why? Because we were slicing through Bournemouth's press like it wasn't even there. Seriously, it looked like we were playing through air. You can see here how our centre-backs are splitting wide to stretch Bournemouth's press and increase the distances they have to cover. At the same time, Semenyo is sticking close to Kerkez on our left-hand side. Now, you might be wondering, why is Mac Allister all alone in the middle like that? Well, that's actually where our success started. If you look closely, Szoboszlai is occupying one of Bournemouth's midfielders, keeping him pinned. Then, as the ball is played into Mac Allister from Kerkez, you can see Wirtz dragging the other central midfielder out of position. That movement gave Alexis all the space and time he needed to operate. From there, he had options, either carry the ball forward or pick out a pass, and that's exactly how we were able to break through their shape. But that wasn't the only way we managed to progress the ball. The same principles were applied here, just in a slightly different way. We still aim to break Bournemouth's pressing structure, but this time Kerkez dropped deeper, almost acting as a left-sided centre-back. That gave us an extra passing option to play around their block. Meanwhile, the two central midfielders helped pin Bournemouth's players in place. Wirtz was out of the frame in this moment, but instead of the ball going into Mac Allister, it was Hugo Ekitike who dropped deep to link up play. Using his flicks and layoffs, he helped move the ball forward smoothly. In this case, he laid it off perfectly for Wirtz before sprinting into space again. Ekitike then picked the ball back up and used his creativity in the final third to keep the move going, slipping others through with smart link-up play. Now, we'd love to tell you that this is how the whole game played out, but unfortunately, it wasn't. See, Iraola is no amateur. In fact, he's arguably one of the best when it comes to setting up pressing patterns, so it was no surprise to see him make adjustments as the game went on. Instead of sticking with the 4-4-2 pressing shape he started with, he shifted to more of a 5-2-3 or even a 4-3-3 with one of the fullbacks or centre-backs stepping into midfield. The big difference came in how Scott pressed from the front. He constantly kept Mac Allister in his cover shadow whenever pressing Alisson or Van Dijk. That forced us to go long more often than not, and it completely stopped us from using Alexis as the spare man in midfield. And that, guys, is exactly why the momentum started to shift away from us as the first half went on. Then, to make things worse, our very own Hugo came to England with a bit of vengeance, bagging his second goal in just his second official game. Now, yeah, it was a lucky one, but you know what? That whole sequence earned its luck. The off-the-ball work from Ekitike, Wirtz and Gakpo was something else. The way they dragged defenders around, created and occupied space, and showed that growing understanding between them is just beautiful to watch. And the best part is, that chemistry will only get better with every game. That goal wasn't a fluke. We worked it smartly, moved the pieces in the right way, and got rewarded when Bournemouth's defending finally cracked. And if you've watched our dedicated Ekitike video, then you'll know we highlighted exactly this. He loves to drop deep and then make those diagonal runs into the box. That's exactly how he got on the end of McAllister's pass to open the scoring. In the second half, it didn't take us long to grab a second goal. Once again, thanks to some lovely combination play between Gakpo and Ekitike. And honestly, we can't praise Hugo enough for his performance. The way he made the run, held up the ball, and then set up Gakpo was top class. A well-deserved assist for the Frenchman. Now, at that moment, we really thought it was going to be a smooth ride to a comfortable win. Maybe add 2 or 3 more goals, see someone like Yurts finally open his scoring account. But sadly, that's not how it played out. See, there's been a recurring issue we've been talking about ever since the preseason tour, and that's our vulnerability in transitions. We saw it against Milan, we struggled with it against Crystal Palace, where we conceded from 1. And against Bournemouth, both of their goals came from transition moments. Now, check out our rest defense structure here. This was just seconds after we lost the ball. Honestly, it's hard to even explain what we were trying to do. The setup left us in a 3 versus 3 situation for the entire sequence, and that's exactly how Semenyo was able to sneak in front of Van Dijk and score their first goal. As for the second goal, it was even worse. By the 75th minute, we were 2-1 up, but clearly struggling. Bournemouth had grown in confidence, and we'd already taken most of our best players off the pitch. Then, Joe Gomez decided to go on an adventure. He passed the ball to Salah and made an underlapping run. But the problem started once Szoboszlai failed to receive the pass. From there, it was a disaster. Semenyo picked up the loose ball, and if you look at our rest defense, it was chaos. Poor Van Dijk and Konate were stuck in no man's land, chasing shadows. Bournemouth got their equaliser, and suddenly it felt like things were about to fall apart. But then our hero off the bench stepped up. The way Chiesa struck that ball, it was the moment we'd been waiting for. We really hope this is the season he properly kicks off his Liverpool career. And of course, it wouldn't be a Premier League opener without Mo Salah getting on the score sheet. He wasn't even at his best, but still found a way. What made it even funnier was that he scored it from the left-hand side with his right foot. You don't see that every day. And that wraps up our first Premier League game of the season. It wasn't smooth sailing, but we got the 3 points, and that's what matters most for our title defense. There were moments of brilliance, moments of chaos, and everything in between. But honestly, that's what makes football so addictive, right? Now, there's a lot to be excited about. Ekitike's start has been nothing short of impressive. Chiesa is showing glimpses of what he can bring. And even though we've still got issues to fix, especially in transitions, it's only the first game. There's time to build, time to improve, and time to grow into this new look team. So let us know, what did you think of the performance overall? Were you impressed by Ekitike's link-up play? What do you make of our rest defense issues? And do you think this team has the right balance to seriously challenge for the title this season? Also, who was your man of the match? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we always love reading what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. We've got breakdowns, player profiles, and more reactions coming your way all season long. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.